Hello, this is Dave, and welcome to Equities Story. I'm with Mr. Wolf, and obviously just general share advice and not personal advice. Wolfie.
Yes.
So you look at the markets, and some sort of fairly decent news coming out last night,
Mhm.
and the bouncy-wouncy is still on, it's still happening, and we got a bit more bouncy-wouncy. I mean, we're not in the end of,
Go
you know,
bouncy bouncy.
well, we're talking end of August, maybe it sells off September, but at the moment it's bouncy wouncy and happy days, and actually there's some sort of numbers coming out and some reports coming out of America which sort of gave a little bit of a little bit more tick to the bouncy wouncy.
Yeah, look, some of the numbers that we saw, and I don't know how selective that reporting was, but they're actually not bad at all. It's but pointing to potentially at least some stability in the economy in the US and maybe some improvement. So in the actual chain supply issues, right? So that's something that maybe the market can grab onto and say, well, if we look maybe 6 months down the track, maybe we'll be better than we are today. You just never know, right?
So Wolf, when we look at the bouncy wouncy, where's it happening? We can see obviously staples down today.
Yep.
Discretionary is not looking too bad, but there's it up 2%. Infotech.
Yes.
There's your bouncy wouncy, right? Does it have a little bit more to bounce? And it doesn't look too bad. You see the health is down, materials are down, energy down, but the tech is full of bouncy wouncy. So do you mind?
Yes.
Could we go through maybe the top 10, 11 sort of tech stocks? We're not going through your favorite stocks. We're just going through the ones with a bigger market.
The biggest, the ones that really drive the markets, right, here in Australia.
And we're going to put them on the CTM, and which is the Cincinnati trading method, the greatest trading method ever invented in the history of trading. We think, and we're going to say, would you, is there anything in them? So let's start with XRO. Now,
basically, let's go through buy, hold, or sell.
Well, we'll do that, right? So we've had the bouncy wouncy, right? And we're coming to resistance. So you've got a big resistance at 100. So for me, this is take profits, and if it gets over 100, then get back into the bouncy wouncy. But at the moment, I'm bouncing out of that.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. REA. So again, a massive collapse from 180 down to 95. And again, they've had a bouncy wouncy, Wolf, and they're up in their trend. So I'm sort of, that's enough for me. I'm out, and I'll buy. I'll be getting in another day. So thank you for the bounce up to trend. I think I'm getting out of this.
Okay, fair enough. Second profits. Yep.
Now car's a little bit different. So nearly went on iSides on the weekend, but that's a good price action. And if you look at the charts, if you go back in time, right, that's what you're looking for. You get over trend, give me a little bit more, then I'm interested. So for me,
are you interested?
Yes, this is a buy, right? So I'm going to have to get a stop loss on this. And again, I think in this market, you've got to be very, very tight on your stops. And I think you're going to use that previous high. So you're going to use 21. So if it goes below 21, 2090, then you'll be out.
Okay.
Right.
Fair enough. But this is a buy. Okay. So one buy to take profits. Next one.
Yeah, that's not too bad. You've got Seek. Again, having a nice little move up. We're going to flick this to the daily. I've just got a bit of resistance here, Wolf. And again, I'm going to be, if there's anything that worries me, I'm not going there because of this market. And I've got resistance here. So, to be honest with you, I'm sort of taking profits a little bit on that one.
Okay, no, fair enough. So 3 profit takes and 1 buy. Yep, Altium.
Yeah, and again, ALU is a profit take. I think I'll be taking profits here. If it got over 32.73, then I'm back into it. Remember, it's the CTM system. It's all about trying to take the easy money, not the hard money. So this gets hard for me now near resistance. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Fair enough. Another one that's a profit.
Now you've asked me to put WiseTech on this. Naughty you.
Hey, it is one of our leading tech stocks, unfortunately. Well, we don't like it, but hey, it's done okay.
So
So
if you did listen, it is looking good. It's maybe had a bit of a run. It could run up a little bit more, maybe to 55, but maybe stop loss just under 50.
Mhm.
Take no prisoners with it, Wolf.
Okay.
Yeah, stop loss even under 52, really.
Okay.
I would just have 51.90. Because this is such a in some ways can be quite dangerous. This story, I'd want a really tight stop on it.
Okay.
And also, Wolf, what's the P back up to?
I don't want to look. I'm scared. So I'll leave that one alone.
Seriously, I mean, we're going through these really
Yeah.
bizarre.
Look, the thing is, let's not worry about it. We're just looking for a trade here, right? So we know it's expensive. I wouldn't change that much, right?
121. Okay, can we just cancel this completely? I mean, I don't
Let's just say take profits then.
take
Right,
profits.
between it.
Take profits.
Yeah.
It's so expensive. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. Done.
Do not anybody trade this stock. Almost already get.
No, you don't say that, because look, you can go from 40 just when you go over that trend line to 52. That's a 20% profit. So you can still trend it.
Yeah, but not now. I'm not saying don't buy this.
Yes,
Don't buy it now. Come on, 121.
So take profits. All right. All right.
There's a time in this world where even the charts, you're going, really?
Yeah.
Right, MP1.
Mm-hmm.
So good turnaround story.
Mm-hmm.
Still
I like
thinking.
that. I like the buying, right? It went back to 8, and I thought if it gets back under 8, I'd be probably buying again, but it quickly bounced. So now at 9.20, I think I'll be probably nibbling again at this and trying to take it to 10, 11 bucks.
Yeah, I think you're right, Wolf. I mean, at the end of the day, although it's doubled, right, in the last 4 or 5 weeks, but price action's not too bad. It's holding up the top part of that candle. That's what you want after a bit of, you can see as soon as it got sold off, the people like yourself were coming in buying this, right?
Yeah,
Believe
exactly.
it, but right, it's had a massive move up. It's looking pretty good.
Yep.
I definitely a hold. When you look for that daily, I'm thinking it's not part of the buy signal. I think you could have a little buy on it.
Okay, done. That's 2 buys. Okay, sounds
Yeah.
good. SQ2. Whoa, that's nice. Nice looking chart.
It is, isn't it? It's not bad.
What do you do here?
Well, let's have a look at the American one, yeah?
Yeah, go on.
See if it can help us a little bit.
Similar.
So if you look at the American one, you're thinking, love the price action on the daily, right?
Mm-hmm.
That sort of price action, one would hope you could at least get back to 100 and retest that 118, yeah?
Yeah, Dave, you know what? This is what the fascinating thing, because you've got such a much bigger, longer chart on America, and you look at things and you go, oh, there's only like 150 bucks maybe here. But if you look at the American one, you've got $250 in it if there's a proper recovery in some of these stocks, right?
Definitely, I get it, Wolf. And you look at this price action, we've had a good move. Maybe we go back and retest that 150, yeah?
Yeah.
So I'm not minding it. I don't mind it. I mean, the only trend line I can really give you is that we don't really, that's a bit too far from it for us 106, isn't it? Why don't we just go 120, say below 120, you get out.
This is a high risk trade for me, because I'm really don't liking the fact that they've bought Afterpay at the top of the market, right? So there's probably going to be write-offs in there somewhere. So it's going to be very, very high risk, but there's definitely a trade here, I'd say.
Yeah. So Wolf, below that, say 122,
yep.
you get out, right? And target 150.
Okay.
NXT doing surprisingly well, actually, Wolf. And we talked about it, a few people talked about it last week. What do you do? Well, yeah, it's bullish, it's above trend. I like the price action this week. I really, really do. It's broken above 12. I think if Wolf, if you can stay there above 12 by the end of the week, you buy it, I reckon. Okay. Wait till the end of the week. Doesn't look too bad.
No.
I think one of the more appealing one is little OCL. So, we've seen this little move, haven't we? We've got above the trend. It's gone sideways. It's starting to work its way up. So maybe 18. Now let's have a look at.
I like it. I like it, Dave. This is one of my favorite stories. The only thing I don't like is the valuation in this type of market, but there is definitely, again, another probably merit to see it go up higher.
Well, you think it could go and retest that
18.
Yeah, it's only a P of 91, not like on 122. I mean,
Cheapest chips, Dave. Come
if what?
on.
Listen, the growth is good, so you're really looking at a forward P of what, 50 on it?
Well, no.
No, not that. Not even
Probably
that.
still about 70, I'd say.
70.
But you know what? Like I said, you know, if you give it a premium, I think this is more of a trade right now. If in a market that's FOMO, yes, you'd go, yeah, I'm buying it. In a market that's really putting much more emphasis on value, I think there's a trade only. I don't think I'd be jumping in for the long term here as yet. I want to see a bit more out of the company.
Fair play, Wolf.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I think there's a buy on this, right? So
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
you got to buy at 16.44.
Mm.
You got a stop loss just there below that, say 16. Just go below $16. Well, go below that. You know, it's got to close below that, above that, say 16.10. So anything below 16.10 on the weekly, you're selling it, and you're targeting 18. I think it's a good little trade.
Okay.
Let's have a look at PME.
Whoa, that's nice.
Yeah, listen, I actually had this on Einstein a few weeks ago, and a few people asked me, and I said, listen, the way it's moving, and you know, when you got there, you hadn't really had much of an exhaustion pattern, right? You're starting now to have a little bit of one. 55, you know.
Cheapest chips, Dave, 150 times PE. What do you do?
Well, listen,
I'm a bit harsh. 143.7.
Listen, I think you're getting near the end of an exhaustion pattern. So
Okay,
in this market, let's take a profit on it.
I like it. Take a profit.
And IEL really looking a little bit similar to PME was a few weeks ago. I just felt it had a little bit more to go, and you know, it edges up to 30. You'd be taking a profit, I think, Wolf.
129 PE. Another cheap story on our market, Dave. Looks great.
So the madness is back a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, look, I think it's just a bit of FOMO coming back because the Nasdaq is recovering. So, you know, what do investors go to? Unfortunately, we've got like 10 stories only that are worth it, right? So you can see the money's funneling back to the stocks that's been expensive. That's why I'm, you know, only maybe 2 or 3 of them are really appealing to me, like Carcel, Seek, XRO, to some extent, right? And then I'm looking for the smaller type stuff like FCLs, like Alcidians, because I think that's where the value is more than these guys. These guys are just crazily expensive. So it gives us another reason to look at the smaller type stocks.
All right, guys, we've gone through those stocks. So you've heard what we said. There's some trades there. There's some sells. There's quite a few sells if you're in them, I think, on the charts. And that's per the Cincinnati method. Some announcements came out today. CIP Wolf. Unfortunately, the chart looks like a doggy. So I'm staying away from that chart wise. But I suppose this is a dividend play. So dividend, how's it holding up?
Yeah, it's holding up really well, and this is the only reason you'd probably be in this at the moment is are the dividends steady?
I'd rather be in this with a P of 1.97 than WiseTech with a P of 122.
Okay, their profits have halved this year, right? So it's now 4.
Oh, well, I'd rather be in it. I'd rather be in it at 4. I mean, where's the logic in that? There's CIP, a very safe dividend, plays a nice dividend trading at 4. And WiseTech, come on, explain that to me if you're so smart.
No, I can't explain it to you. I'm not that smart. But saying that, look, don't worry about the P, because like I said to you before we went live on the video, the bottom line will probably fluctuate for a lot of these REITs on the back of one-offs, valuation improvements, write-downs, write-ins, you name it, right? So for me, not a true effective thing. I think you forget about the Ps, look at the dividend yields, 6%, 33% gearing, nothing on this. Not too bad. As long as you're happy with that, it's in a channel of some kind. I think when I'm looking at a channel here, I'm probably looking between $2.50 and $4, right? So as long as it sort of holds that, you're okay.
I'll try and give you a channel here, Wolf.
Go on, give me a channel. Give me a channel, please.
Well,
Yeah, that's reasonable for me, you know, channel wise.
Yeah, well, say 295.
Yep.
4, right? I mean, say 3 and 4, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. And then look, like I said to you, it's less about the share price performance. As long as it goes sideways, you should be happy because you're picking up that 6% dividend yield. But you know, if I'm going to be buying it, I probably want to be buying it around these levels, not at $4, because you could lose all that dividends in just a share price loss, in capital loss. Anyway, look, I'm going to also have to mention that, you know, this space is not my favorite right now because of the real estate space, where there has been some, you know, potential headwinds, you know, with the revaluations and everything else that goes with a weaker real estate market.
Right. You think with the bouncy-wouncy, it's we're not going to see that in real estate?
No, definitely not. We're going to see the bouncy-wouncy on your tech stocks only.
All right. So MFG, which is reflective of the market bouncing up, they've got a lot of quite a lot of tech in their portfolio.
Stuff, yep.
We call this bouncy-wouncy. This could have a bounce. Got a bit of resistance at 15. You can't get through it, Wolf. But if it can, maybe back to 20 bucks on the bouncy-wouncy.
Yeah, I think what it needs, right? Because there's a two-part to it for me. So definitely a trade possible here, right? And it will hopefully do that with Nasdaq bouncing. But the other key factor here is they need to stop the bleeding of the funds outflow, right? If they can stop it, because it of course is going to affect the bottom line, right? Less funds under management means less fees, means less profits. So they need to stop that bleeding. Once they do that, I think you're going to see a pretty strong bounce.
All right. If you're in it at the moment, it's take profits. If it gets over 15 and it starts looking a little bit better on the daily, maybe it starts maybe get a little signal here, a little breakout, then maybe you can buy it again.
Okay.
And WH, Wolf, a good announcement. Now, not a bad looking chart, and certainly tradable, this one. What did you think of today's announcement?
Well, look, anytime there's a profit upgrade, and that's what it was today, you got to, you know, clap your hands, really. So well done to them. I'm just looking at the numbers: 12 times PE, 7.8% yield. You know, it's not the safest stock in the world, of course. You can see by the huge fluctuations in the share price. But if you go with the theory of profit upgrades means a higher share price in a bouncy market, Dave, then possibly you could see this get back to 220, 240, 240, something like that.
Yeah, these sort of businesses are going to be volatile. I mean, what, 2.4 billion in, it depends what contracts they get each year, doesn't it? So
exactly, that's what, and whether they can maintain their margins, right? That's the key here. And we know that there are pressures from you know, the wages and so on. So you just never know how they're going to do it.
Did they give any? I can't see any indication here for next year. They didn't give much guidance, did they?
No, because it's a lot of the time it's very difficult to do so.
It's a hard one. It's a hard one, isn't it? It's a hard, but at the moment,
okay, would you trade this or not? What would you do?
Yeah, I mean, you just got to be wary of the story. It's like you said, it's you'd want to, I don't know, you want to see a little bit. Well, the order book is 5.2 billion. I think you would, Wolf.
Okay.
You would. I mean, you know, maybe you're out if it goes under 2, so you got 5% loss, but no reason why I can't go on with it.
I agree. I mean, like I said, you know, it's usually profit upgrades surely means a bit of a share price outperformance over a short period of time.
All right. There's a few ideas, a few trades today. So stop loss about 195 on this one, and target 240 and WH, and hopefully with this market having a little bit of the bouncy-wouncy going on, Wolf, we can sort of scalp a bit more money out of it.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thank you, Wolfie. Have a wonderful rest of the day, champion.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.